We're now going to create our first road design in 12D. Firstly, we're going to set up a grid on Plan View 1. If you go to your toggle button and click on Grid, you'll see a grid is shown. The default spacing is 100 meters. To set the actual grid settings up, you go to the menu button, walk right on Settings and click on Grid. Here you can turn off the text if you require and click Set. If you were wanting to actually use the grid as a basis for putting your IP points in, up in the snaps area there's a button G, which is a grid snap. That means that when you pick anywhere near a grid, so in this case if we go F2 for string inquire and we pick near a grid, you'll see in the information panel it's picked on the exact grid coordinates. For our road design we won't be using the grid, so we can simply go to the toggle button and turn off grid. We're now going to create our super alignment. So to create the alignment we select Strings, Create, Super Alignment, Super Alignment. Prior to entering the alignment details, we're just going to go back up the top in the CAD area and just remove the default height. So we have a number of branches here. We start off in the general branch. We're going to type in the road name, which will be Road 1. We will then type in a model name, alignment. We can change the color to red. The horizontal style and vertical style will leave as 1. We can then move to the chainage branch. Our start chainage will be 0, and the mode, although there are options here, will be start point. If we then click on the interval branch, we're just going to leave the defaults as they are. This is the actual interval that would be used if you were to export the alignment string as a CAD string. We can then click on label. We're going to change our label style to full, and we're going to set our major interval to every 10 meters. So the labels will be shown every 10 meters along the road. If we then go to the IP defaults, just ensure that the type is curve radius and the VIP type is curve length. We're not going to type any values in here. These can be added later as we create the curves and the parabolas. We're now going to click Create, and this will bring up the Super Alignment editor. We're going to start off by putting in the horizontal geometry. So to do this, we go to the first icon, which is a drop-down toolbar. If you hold the left button down and you go down to the first one that says Append HIP and Release. Our road is going to start at the top section of road here. So if we zoom in close, and we're going to pick on the intersection of the two center lines and accept. Once you start moving the cursor, you'll note that the chainages are automatically shown along the string. Although the first and last IP point will be at the intersection of existing data, for the second and third we're going to simply just type in the coordinates. To type in the coordinates, again it may be worth left clicking on the view just to bring the focus back onto the view, and we're going to type in an X and a Y. So we type in 42697.941 and press space, then 37350.926, enter. Your IP point should look something like that, near that cluster of trees. So if we type in the second one, will be 42552.804 space 37099.542, enter. Now the last IP point will be the intersection of the two crowns here, so we pick at the intersection and accept, and then press escape. So we have the road centerline at the moment, the horizontal geometry. We need to now add the circular curves in. To do this, we go now to the second drop down menu and we go down to the option that says change curve. We're going to pick near IP2 and accept and type in 200, enter. When you do that, if you zoom in now, you'll see that it's created the tangent points. So if we zoom out, we pick IP3 and accept, and we'll type in 100 this time, enter. It's worth zooming into the end. The end chain, it should be 950.450.